of adults who cannot read or write. We estimated at 60 million, and children and youth that have not attended school or have not completed schooling or out of school were also estimated, which is 10 million, approximately 70 million. Today, I applaud the Federal Ministry of Education, National Commission for Mass Literacy, Adult and Non-Formal Education, NMEC, and United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, for putting together such a strategic project to revitalize adult and youth literacy in Nigeria. At the last meeting that was held at Sheraton Hotel, Her Excellency Hajia Aisha Tekubagudu shared a passionate story about a little boy who had no education but hoped to be in the four walls of a school and finally became educated by wisdom of the elders to touch lives for a better society. Today, I bring you a little boy I met in an IDP camp. This little boy caught my attention with his tire cycle. I walked up to him and asked him what he would like to become in life. While someone was interpreting to him, because he's from the north and I do not understand Hausa, the little boy asked me to look up and said, he would love to be flying that thing. I said, what is that? He said I should look up, and I looked up. It was an aeroplane. And he said he hoped his late parents see him up there and be happy. And on that fateful day, from the IDP camp back to my hotel, and as I flew back to Abuja, I wept like a baby, and my peace seriously ceased. I said to myself and the rest of Malpai Foundation team that this little boy must be educated. And today, this little boy is not just being educated, this little boy is also gracing the front page of Malpai Foundation. For the next 4 years, he will be here. And this little boy is being educated happily. And to those testifiers as well, who are now educated, as I stand here, please and please, education is something that is like a baton that will pass across. I oblige you all not to stop just at your own level of being educated. Take out time as much as possible to also get other people around you educated. This helps, and there is a value that also adds to your life as you get other people educated, not just leaving it to yourself alone. For me, this is what I call eradicating illiteracy in our society. If each and every one of us is capable, can take up the responsibility to educate at least 2 uneducated persons that's in the space of 3 years, I believe there will be massive decrease of illiteracy among Nigerian adults and youth, which I feel there is a miss in the education sector, which we would suggest to the Ministry of Education. The passion of teachers is no longer in the classroom. In recent time, most children go to school because they see it as an obligation, not because there is an attraction at the learning centers. Teachers' training and retraining is key to uplifting the learning system. Teachers should be trained and retrained. When you train, invest in a human being. He or she will also invest in another person, and the person that person invests in will also invest in someone else. It is a learning cycle that trickles down to generations. Infrastructures as well should be looked into with utmost concern. Sometimes there are buildings for schools, but no teachers. A situation whereby a teacher is teaching over 300 students in a class, makes 40 to 45% of them illiterate because they heard nothing and learned absolutely nothing. I urge each and every one of us to come together and work towards encouraging literacy in our society, to build a better conducive environment, not for you and I, but for our children and generation next. This is what Malpai Foundation, Mass Literacy for the Less Privileged of the Almajiris, stands for, to help the less privileged realize their potential in life. To God be the glory. On education, Malpai Foundation has taken hundreds of less privileged off the street, and today we have sent 300 plus to school, and 5, as said by Her Excellency as well at the last meeting at Sheraton Hotel, 5 of them are now graduates. Today, I seize this opportunity to wish the organizers of this gathering a huge success in their endeavor and keep addressing the challenges of illiteracy among Nigerian youth and adults till the common goal is finally achieved. Today, I will leave each and every one of us in this room with a word. You don't know the joy of living until you start giving. And always remember this. Never go to bed each day without touching a life. Thank you so much. Inside the hall, if it can be transferred into lives, it will make a whole lot of meaning. One, I will say, not only by reading out of the papers, it is very vital for us to go to the grassroots and have an encounter with these illiterates one-on-one. It will also engaging them in a one-on-one discussion on how, when you are educated, you are liberated. It gives you a sense of belonging in the society. So setting up structures at the local level to guide and help illiterates become literate in the society will do a massive work. Not just, fine, the paperwork is essential, so that it gives a roadmap on what to do at the local level. So right now, the way forward is for us to go to the grassroots, meet with the illiterates, educate them on the necessities of being educated and the advantages to their own generation, not just the society alone, their generation and what their children will speak about them. By the time you think about this, just like the wife of the vice president said at the last meeting in Sheraton, she said she once was in Hong Kong, if I'm correct, and right everywhere she was, everything was written in the Hong Kong language and all that, and she couldn't read anything. Imagine how it was. That's just how a typical illiterate is. They can't communicate. They feel so terrible. They feel so pain down there when they see others actually reading, communicating excellently well. So I oblige each and every stakeholder to take out time, go out there and educate someone. And also, if they can take the responsibility upon ourselves, I'm not taking myself out of this circle, educate 3 people or at least 2 people in 3 years. I don't want to say 1 person in 1 year. 3 people or 2 people in 3 years, because in the space of 3 years, if you pick people to educate them, they are already investment. They can never pull out from it. If you say you are investing in 1 person in a year, when you're done with that person, it might end up being an abandoned project. Thank you so much. My name is McEva Temofe. Okay, I'm the media director.